Welcome back into grand final afternoon at Ballymore Stadium for the 2024 inaugural National Flag Football Tournament. You're tuning in now for the grand final match of the men's competition. First play of the afternoon goes the way of Queensland. It's Queensland up against the Northern All-Stars in the men's grand final match. My name is Kate Allman. It is a thrill to be calling the action here in Brisbane alongside Tommy McMillan of the Any Given Sunday podcast and our third member of the team, Danny Webb. He'll be sidelined later on. Here goes Queensland. Second play. They get a completion up the sideline through the hands of Matt Major with a major play. He had a couple of dropped catches earlier in the day and he just added one, but also a reception. So getting one on the board early. And we know these two teams have been the dominant forces of the competition so far, haven't they, T-Mac?
Yeah, absolutely. Queensland undefeated so far, and the Northern All-Stars are a bit of a surprise packet for me, but good to watch them live in the final, the semi-final, and I think we're in for a great game.
Well, there's a little great catch there by 47. Seb Ruiz caught an absolute rocket on the sideline, just had the feet in bounds in time. But Bart Foley is the quarterback for the Queensland men, and he is the quarterback for the inaugural Australian flag team. He played across the UK. Here he is in Australia, in Brisbane, gets the completion over the halfway mark. Matt Major brings it down and points the way of the end zone because they'll continue this drive. Of course, in flag football, the rules are you get 4 downs to get to the halfway mark and then you have another 4 downs to get into the end zone. So that halfway mark is crucial.
Yeah, absolutely. And you make a great point. Matt Major getting a couple of early catches. He was off a little bit in the earlier game when he had a few drops.
Bart Foley finds Ruiz again on the sideline, this time the opposite side. Matt Major has got the monkey off the back. He got the earlier receptions. And sometimes I feel like he gets in his head more than he needs to. He is a safe player, but when he doubts himself, he's his own worst enemy. Gets off to that left wide receiver position earlier. Ruiz is the center that can do it all. He snaps, he receives, he gets downfield. And Bart Foley has it in hands. And there it is. The snap was executed well, but the quarterback had absolutely no time. Casey Allen, defensive player for the Northern All-Stars, is about the quickest on the turf. He is new to flag, but he has a rugby union background and into adventure sports, as it happens. Really quick hands, really quick feet, and the blitzing runs of his work have been really impactful. Foley gets over the top to his man, Howard. Turns around. Brad Howard, a teammate from the inaugural Australian flag team, captained the Australian team in Malaysia in the Asia-Oceania Championship, and a former AFL background, former second-round pick for St Kilda. Brad Howard, one to watch now in the flag arena. Bart Foley, the quarterback for Queensland, on the first drive of the day, gets to Howard and gets the touchdown. Straight into the end zone of his teammate for the green and gold. It's Foley and Howard, and the first points of the afternoon go the way of the defending national champs, the Queenslanders.
That's key to get early 6 points on the board. Brad Howard, another one, just you get the ball in his hands early and he's going to have a big day, I reckon.
Yeah, Foley and Howard. It is the Foley and Howard show. It has been all day. This replay will tell the story. The sidearm direct to the line and back in normal play here. Live action is Matt Major gets the conversion for 1 point. So Queensland with early points on the board, 7-0 up in the grand final. We've just seen the women take out the first inaugural championship, and we're seeing the dominance of the men here. Here's the replay we just saw.
Marching down the field and getting early points are crucial here for the Queenslanders. They are front runners, and if you let them get too far ahead, they're just going to take control.
So scoreboard reads 7-0 to Queensland as Northern All-Stars seek to return serve. That's a nice start to their drive. Tyrese Paul, evasive player with great hands in coverage and rugby league background as well. This is the team that uses a lot of rugby league cross-code connections They often snap the ball off the deck as if they're a halfback. This one's the more conventional snap here. Back to their quarterback, O'Shaughnessy. Dan O'Shaughnessy flings it backwards to go forwards. Tyrese Paul, evasive as they come. And there's a yellow flag thrown by the officials. And they reckon, well, the Northern All-Stars reckon it's going to be their way and they're going to get some extra yardage here.
Crowd up and about early, which I'm really loving. But, yeah, giving they are very dynamic on the run, so giving any of their players plenty of space to run is going to be dangerous for the Northern All-Stars.
So that's actually been called against the Northern All-Stars, hence the booing of the crowd. They've been marched backwards, still third down, loses 5 yards, and that's crucial in a game where there is so much contested tight space. Northern All-Stars, not the way they wanted to start this drive, certainly not the way they wanted to respond to Queensland's 7 points. There's a look at that crowd you mentioned just now, T-Mac, loving it out here at Ballymore. Conditions are absolutely perfect. It was a little hotter when the sun came out earlier. And here comes the rugby pass off the deck to snap it. Back to O'Shaughnessy, back again to his teammate, gets through traffic, doesn't get any yardage though. Tyrese Paul, he's so evasive. If he had a little more space, I think it would work out for him as a rugby league player, but it doesn't work so well in the contested space. It is the smaller field of flag football.
Yeah, and the defence as well, coming up against this mighty Queensland team. They really do hunt in packs, so that tight-knit group, it's going to be tough for them to get through in this running type.
Here they go again. O'Shaughnessy has to take evasive action. The blitz is coming, goes to the middle of the field, gets to the hands of Jack Boggs and can't get far enough downfield. Huge stop by Queensland men.
Colin Kugler again there. We highlighted him earlier in the day. When he gets in the face of the QB, he's such an enormous man as it is. Being able to get a pass around him is quite difficult.
And it was Jaden Paludin who ended up getting the tag pulled just before halfway. So it's turnover on downs. And Queensland have another chance to get more points on the board. It is the Foley and Howard show once more. Howard gets the first reception of this drive and takes the chains up about 3 more yards. So they'll have a little huddle and a conversation as Brad and Bart determine what's going to come next. There's 2 of the more creative players in the game, and no wonder. Bart Foley has played flag football across the UK and Europe. He's thrown at an 86% completion rate. Here comes a drive down the field. Great work by Mitchell Turner. We know Turner by name, Turner by nature. He tends to receive and turn downfield and gets yards after catch.
He was electric in the game we watched earlier as well, so he's definitely one to watch.
Mitchell Turner, one of 3 newer faces in the Queensland team, plays for the Stingrays on the Gold Coast and has actually had a scholarship offer from BYU. Such is the talent in this Queensland flag team. Internationally renowned. Foley lofts a ball to the left sideline. Got the feet tapped in. Seb Ruiz from Mexico. Named Chispa, which is Mexican for spark. Absolutely bringing spark to this side. How is the toe tap there, T-Mac?
Yeah, you're going to see here on the replay. Doing very, very well to get his feet down there.
Full extension.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Got the grab first, feet next, and you can see Chispa on his headband. A real spark. Firebolt even for the Queensland men. He can do it all. He's here snapping in centre position now. Foley has to send it long early. Brings it down. It's Jaden Paludin. Paludin, the footballer from Lawrence Tech University in Michigan. He's selected here for the flag football team for Queensland and puts the second touchdown on the scoreboard. Queensland gets 6 points again.
I reckon that was actually our man Mitchell Turner again. With the...
Oh, it was Mitchell Turner. You're right. My apologies to Mitchell Turner. T-Mac, go on.
I love the fact that he's not wearing any gloves. He really backs himself there. Everyone gets around the gloves, but he's got quite big hands.
Huge target Mitchell Turner. Here comes the attempt at the 1 point, and it is safe as houses in the hands of Matt Major, who's really turned his game around this afternoon. Seems confident, got the tail up, the hair flicking back over the eyebrows. And my apologies to Mitchell Turner, who had an incredible reception there. He was the one who brought it down. Jaden Paluden earlier was in the defence. He lines up here against defence. And straight through the middle. Northern All-Stars respond via Tyrese Paul. They often choose to go to him in that central zone, in that kind of tight end zone for flag. He's going to snap it here to O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy fakes, goes long instead. He's got a man. Tight coverage, though. All over him. It was Lewis Gibb who had the hands up and outstretched, but Larry Whitfield, one of the stars of the defence for Queensland men, was all over him, as was Jaden Paluden. Oh, big ball thrown back, actually, from the receiver, Lewis Gibb, making a name for himself as a potential second quarterback. But there is the replay. Obviously, two players. It was a 2-on-1 for the defence, a difficult one to bring down.
I think this is a huge set here for the Northern All-Stars. If they can't get any score on the board, this front-running side of the Queensland men could just run away with it.
Third down for the Northern All-Stars. O'Shaughnessy has to evade the blitz, does so, sends a wobbler high into the air. There's time to bring it down, can't get on the end of it. Brody Hacks dived and didn't make the reception. That was almost desperation, wasn't it, as the blitz came hard and fast at O'Shaughnessy. That is the pressure of the blitzer.
This is something that we can expect from these Northern All-Stars. They are exciting, and they're not going to go die wondering, I don't think.
Yeah, they do leave nothing on the table. They take the risks. We love to see it. There's the interception there. Great coverage by 23. That's Cham James, who's played football in Germany and Sweden as well. He was part of the inaugural Australian flag football team here in defence for Queensland. Here come Northern All-Stars, has to send one flying, gets his man! Lewis Gibb brings it down. Clutch play, clutch player, and a crucial time for the Northern All-Stars to keep this drive alive. They march downfield. It's past halfway.
Yeah, Gibb absolutely loves getting in front of the crowd too, so you can see in this replay, huge reception here in the middle of tight coverage. Bang, brings it down, and then hopefully we get the... Yeah, there you go, loves it. There's a first down there.
Larry Whitfield is one of the defenders to watch. Was unable to get a hand on it because of the size and height of the reception in Gibb. And there's a mismatch, miscommunication. Something went wrong there. The snapper going to the wrong side, and it looked like some kind of trick play that will actually send them backwards, the Northern All-Stars. So after all the excitement of the Gibb catch, we're back to halfway.
Yeah, I just think that just went straight through.
Straight through to the keeper.
Yep.
Yeah, just had eyes for the end zone too early because there was a lot of space in front of him, wasn't there? Tyrese Paul, who has plenty of pace after the catch. Tight formation, high snap. O'Shaughnessy brings it down, gets to his man, but can't bring it down himself. Jack Boggs slips through the hands.
That's two of their players, more reliable players that have put two balls down too.
Mm-hmm. And it's almost as if you get into a habit of dropping catches, you can get in your head. And we saw that happen earlier on the other side with Matt Major in the semi-final, quarter-final we watched this morning.
Yeah, one mistake can lead into two, can lead into three. You've got to really kind of block that chain.
Low snap this time. O'Shaughnessy keeps it off the turf, lofts it into the air. He's got his man. Gibbs brings it down. Touchdown.
Ooh.
A 40-yard touchdown pass into the end zone. And Lewis Gibb, a teammate from the Brisbane flag competition, brings it down safely. 6 points go into the bank for the Northern All-Stars, and really needed 6 points at that point. It's 14-6 and an opportunity for a one-point conversion.
I think he might have got away with one there. If we get a chance to look at the replay, I reckon it bobbled out late.
Here we go. 1 point opportunity. Rugby pass forward. That's into the hands of Aaron Howard, who bobbled it and dropped it. If he had have brought that down, O'Shaughnessy was on the other side of the pitch and there was absolutely no one stopping him, Aaron Howard, from going straight to the house. So that's a fortunate one for the Northern All-Stars. There's a look at that replay you asked for. I do think he dropped it on the way down.
Got away with one there. We did have a flag in that 1 point conversion, so the All-Stars get another attempt.
Another bite at the apple for the Northern All-Stars. O'Shaughnessy fakes the handoff, shovel pass forward to nobody in particular. That's another miscommunication, or good coverage at least, from the Queensland men. So they stopped the bloodletting at 14-6. Still in control, Queensland.
We've spoken all day about the importance of the 1 point conversion. Queensland, 2 touchdowns, 2 1 point conversions. They've got that 8 point lead now with the Northern All-Stars not being able to convert.
They are huge missed opportunities if you cannot put them on the board, and it's also crucial for the mindset of the team. We take a look at some of the crowd, and the South Australian Sharks on screen there, loving the action here at Ballymore Stadium. There are some of the other teams as well. Long ball forward, almost got to his man. Queensland, they can't get it through to a reception, so they'll bring it back. That was Mitchell Turner, who has great hands and impressive airspeed, but couldn't get quite up to the height of that one.
We're definitely in for a aerial attack type game. 2 or 3 of the best catches going down in both sides.
O'Shaughnessy. It is not, it's Foley. That's the other QB. He sends it into the sideline area. Nobody home. They'll bring it back. 3rd down now in the exact same position. So Queensland still in possession and 3 downs wasted. They're still at the 5-yard mark. Got to get out of this zone. Foley, he's the man to do it. Blitz coming, sends one long and lofts it again onto the sideline, and the bench of the Queenslanders. 4th down, they might get a stop here, the Northern All-Stars.
Yeah, big stop if they do.
Huge stop. Queensland currently ahead by 8 points. That is only a touchdown and 2 point conversion away. It's a 1-score game currently. As the sun sets on Ballymore Stadium, shadow coming over half the turf, which often makes it difficult for receivers who are turning into that sun. Something to bear in mind as the final down unfolds. Flag early. This might be a free play. Howard brings it down, plucks it out of the air and over the head of the defender. That's as good as they come. Jared Toshak was in coverage, but Howard showed his class and pulled it out of the skies. There was a yellow flag thrown early, and I don't know who it was on, but I think that Foley assumed it would be a free play, hence went deep.
Yeah, there's also a flag late too. We might have offsetting penalties here.
So offsetting penalties is exactly right. There was a flag early and a flag late, and it all ends up in the hands of the Northern All-Stars. You get the turnover on downs. Crucial mistakes there by the Queensland men, allowing the Northern All-Stars back into this game, just keeping the door ajar at the moment. Northern All-Stars, we know how electric they can be, and sometimes we'll just turn the game on its head in a play or two. Looks like they're going to bring something creative out now, and I like the look on the face of Lang Tonakilo, who is part of that national conversation. Here they go. O'Shaughnessy, blitz coming, gets it out to the sideline. Tonakilo was diving, fully outstretched, but it was beyond his reach. Air-mailed into the sideline of Ballymore Stadium. So here's the replay, and you can see the effort that Tonakilo went to. And there, great work by the medic on the sideline as well to just keep the ball in play, saves anyone running after it. Queensland and the Northern All-Stars in the grand final for men's flag football here in Australia, 2024 National Championship. Rising to a fascinating conclusion here in front of us. O'Shaughnessy has a blitz coming, has to get rid of it, does so. Finds Tyrese Paul, one of his favourite receivers in that 10-yard zone, but they don't get too much yardage once they've dropped back, then go past the yard of the scrimmage line. It's only a couple of yards that they'll put the sticks forward to.
Yeah, this Queensland defence is elite, so you're not going to get too much with just propping it over the line of scrimmage.
Tight formation from the Northern All-Stars. O'Shaughnessy in control. The QB gets it to Tonga Kilo, who has to stretch out. He reckons he got the down, but the umpire, the referee's saying, no, you were short. There's all kinds of signals being made, in fact. Timeout taken, though, by the Northern All-Stars.
Gives us a chance to look at the replay. What are your thoughts?
I reckon he didn't get there. I reckon he was stopped about a yard short right there.
Yeah,
he stretched
definitely
out after the flag had fallen.
Regardless, they get one more chance, 1 yard out with their running prowess. I see them quite comfortably getting this and possibly a few more yards.
We might see a double backward pass here so they can optimise the use of the QB to run. Of course, in flag football, if you pass it to the first person, they pass it back to the QB. They can then pass it on. And that's exactly what they do. And they get over the halfway mark. Tyrese Paul with the Jets turns them upfield and gets that all-important halfway. They get new turnover, new downs. Fresh set of downs for the Northern All-Stars chasing the lead of the Queenslanders.
Yeah, that was perfect. And he knew exactly where he needed to be, and he got to the 1 yard
High
over
snap, O'Shaughnessy. Blitz coming, has to loft it. Just sends it to the turf instead, but I think he was sacked earlier. Here comes the second down. I think he got it away just in time, in fact. So they'll retain their field position, Northern All-Stars. It's becoming difficult light. Half of the field is in shadow and half in light. And we've said this before, the receivers now in a difficult position when they're turning around to get that ball.
Not only the receivers, but when the QB, watching the receivers come in and out of the light, it actually gets quite difficult.
Jack Boggs snaps it. Here in centre position for O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy sent it to the mid-range. It's back to Boggs in the centre. He gets the sideline and earns crucial yardage. Third down, and they're about 8 yards out of the touchdown zone, also known as the end zone. So this one's going to be crucial. Tonga Kilo is calling out a play from his playbook on the forearm. And there's conversations being had as to what permutations could unfold for this play. Crucial one of the match. Tonga Kilo in the snapping position now at centre. Two in the backfield, running back. They do go to the backfield, and the elusive run was Tyrese Paul, the wide receiver, who comes out of a running back position there. Fourth down and 5 yards out from the end zone. In the end, after all the trickery, not too much yardage gained. Another timeout being taken, though, by the Northern All-Stars. They really feel this is a crucial play.
Yeah, very elusive on that. Watching that replay, and the crowd love it.
He's got the step of a rugby player, and that is his background. Back into the snapping position, though. Jack Boggs between the legs. More conventional snap. O'Shaughnessy must score. Gets the toes in. Did he get it first? Jack Boggs. Referees are saying no, and certainly the defense of Larry Whitfield, who is celebrating like he's just won a Super Bowl, they say no. So a huge stop by the Queensland defence to keep the Northern All-Stars out of the end zone. They come up with nothing after that drive. Here's a replay, and look at the work of Larry Whitfield to get the tag just in time. I mean, I think it was the feet that mattered more, the toe tap.
That was tight. It was definitely tight, but the referee was right in position.
Back to live action now, and Matt Major with the first down. Reception just over the midway point of halfway. Second down coming up. Mitchell Turner has been huge for the Queensland men, as have their other favourite receiver, Brad Howard. But Bart Foley, the QB, has it in space now, lofts it long. There's two defenders in the way. Coverage was absolutely outstanding. Jared Toshak got a fingernail to it, batted it away like a volleyball player, said, "You're not coming in here." And they certainly did not get it there. Almost a Hail Mary play there. They'll march it all the way back. It looks like it's been tipped over the top.
Yeah, that was a crucial play heading into half-time. So Jared Toshak putting his fist through the ball and making sure that there was no chance that Mitchell Turner could bring that in.
So the Hail Mary just before halftime didn't come down, but it was exciting to watch anyway. And at the moment we are watching the grand final of the inaugural National Flag Football Tournament here in Australia. It's the Northern All-Stars up against the Queensland men. We've seen the Queensland women take out the championship just before. Queensland men now looking to do the double for the second team in the afternoon here. At the moment, the scoreline reads 14-6, the way of the Queenslanders. We've got our third member of the team, Danny Webb. He is on the pitch getting ready to interview one of the key members of Gridiron. We'll get down him just as soon as we can. Here he is, Danny. We had some audio issues just there, and apologies for that. We'll get back down to Danny just as soon as we can, possibly at full time. At the moment, you're tuning in to the grand final match of the men's flag football tournament in Australia. We're going to crown the inaugural champions, but here we go. I think I've got Danny on the line. Danny.
So I'm here with the head coach for the national men's side, Jamie Stafford. How have you found the weekend so far?
It's been amazing. The talent on display has been fantastic, and to have almost every state and territory here for the first time engaged in flag football and taking it seriously is a huge step in the right direction.
And how have you found the cross-code talent?
Really great. Corey Thompson, obviously from the Northern All-Stars, playing fantastic. Brad Howard with his AFL background just leading the way for Brisbane, as he does every tournament that he's in, has been great. But there's other guys at elite and sub-elite level throughout the states that have been transitioning and doing a fantastic job.
And we're all building towards LA 2028. How do you reckon our national side's going to shape up?
We've got a big job over the next 4 years. We're behind the eight ball, a lot of more experienced countries around the world, but we've starting to establish a foundation last year in Malaysia at the Asia Oceania Cup. We're 10th and 16th in the world, women's and men's respectively, and we're heading in the right direction, so lots to look forward to.
Last quick one, are we going to be able to take down the Americans?
Eventually, yeah, why not? That's what you got to do. Aim big, go hard or go home.
Perfect. Back to you, Kate.
Thanks very much, Danny. He's been doing a power of work sideline for us and had one of the national coach selectors here in Ballymore. They are going to pick a squad of 24 women and 24 men to go to the AIS and take part in a camp that will lead to selection for the World Championships of Flag Football to be contested in Finland later this year. So that is what is on the line, not only a medal, but a chance to represent your country here in Finland, here for Australia and Finland this year, in the future, an Olympic sport. Northern All-Stars get the game going for the second half, and the reception made by Therese Paul gets up the field a couple of yards. Of course, in flag football, you do start with it at your 5-yard line, and then you move upfield from there. It's in the hands of Dan O'Shaughnessy, the quarterback of the Northern All-Stars, who's had the game in his control all through the tournament, but this one's got a little shaky. They're trailing Queensland 14-6 at this point. They need to bring out something exciting. We do not put it past them to do that, though. O'Shaughnessy, second back pass, goes to Paul. Paul, forward pass, goes forward to Brody Hacks. There was a bit of razzle-dazzle there. Razzle-dazzle continues. Brody Hacks, he's got the 5. He's nearly there. Stopped short of the 5. Almost had the end zone in sights and in his grasp. That is exactly what we called for. Exciting stuff from Northern All-Stars. They are well within this game. They want to play quickly too.
Yeah, that's the kind of excitement that we've come to see in the last 2 games, especially from these Northern All-Stars. They've got the elusiveness from that rugby background and they're really bringing it to show.
Snap coming off the turf here. O'Shaughnessy, a second pass. Paul opts to go himself, had the rugby pass option, no flag taken. In the end, he just went out of bounds. And the rugby pass forward is an interesting one. Of course, it's perfectly legal and something to add to the playbook. It's why flag football is the most exciting format of football for men and women here in Australia, but certainly in the world. It is on the rise, and you better get on board. If you are not on the train now, you certainly want to be. As we head into LA 2028, after Paris, it's going to be all guns, all roads lead to LA. Tight formation, one receiver on the left. O'Shaughnessy takes the snap, goes long to that receiver and couldn't reel it in. Lewis Gibb was out near the corner pylon and it was just out of his reach.
Yeah, Lewis Gibb, he's definitely the threat up high, or Tonga Kilo as well. We haven't seen him much. I think he could be. Oh, he's not even on, so he's not going to be much of a threat.
He is a threat when he is on.
Yeah, Gibbs the up high is Gibb, but also on the ground for their running prowess.
They line up again, the Northern All-Stars, trying to take it to these Queensland men who've been the dominant force in flag football over the years. Here we go. O'Shaughnessy finds his man. Stands tall, Lewis Gibb in the end zone. Touchdown, Northern All-Stars.
I love how much he's enjoying himself, Lewis Gibb. Make sure that when he scores or he gets the ball, he gets the crowd involved, and that's what we love to see. They're going for a 2-point conversion here just to bring that 8 points back. So currently 14-12. Score here to bring it all square.
2 points on the line to bring it square. Grand final on the line. Championship play. Here it is. O'Shaughnessy goes long, has a man in the end zone. He's bumped off. Larry Whitfield, the big body, near the corner pylon, says, "You ain't coming in here." He saves the day, and Queensland retain their position as leaders in this grand final.
Northern All-Stars not happy. They thought there was a bit of contact there, but didn't quite get it. So we've got the Queensland boys coming back out, led by Bart Foley. He's been... Yeah, you're seeing that replay. There was a little bit from Larry Whitfield, but he got away with one there. But like I said, Bart Foley back out with the Queensland offence.
You almost think that was accidental. He did have eyes for the ball, but when you're Larry Whitfield, you're about double the size of any other player. And the big glutes sort of bumped him straight off it. Nevertheless, here comes Bart Foley, finds Matt Major, turns but cannot burn the defender. Gets upfield, a couple of yards, and that's Joshua Perrin in coverage for the Northern All-Stars. Now it'll be about how well the Northern All-Stars defence can keep them in the game here, T-Mac. They've shown what they can do on offence. It's going to be defence that wins this one.
Yeah, McLeod, you can see him up right on the ball here, having a bit of fun. He's their key on defence, I think, if he can get himself going, and you never know what's going to happen. Casey
Allen's got his hand up to blitz. We know what that means. It's going to come quick and it's going to come hard. Got to get rid of it. Does so. Foley finds Matt Major in space. Just enough space to get yardage. Stops short 1 yard of the halfway mark. Defence by Adric McLeod, one of the Australian flag football defenders in green and gold at Malaysia. There's the replay, wobbly ball, but Matt Major collected. Missed the first defender, but Adric McLeod said, "You aren't fooling me."
They've got 2 opportunities to get this 1 yard, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a deep shot in this one.
Well, we know the cannon arm of Bart Foley has absolutely got the power. strength and accuracy to do that. Third down, have to get to halfway at least. Foley goes central zone, finds his man Howard. Tag pulled, but not before the halfway. Fresh set of downs coming up for Queensland.
Howard, always a very safe option to go in the middle. He's got that AFL background, so he's very capable with those hands.
He certainly does. Former second-round draft pick to St Kilda. Captained the Australian flag team in Malaysia, and you can see just exactly what a weapon he is on offense. Bart Foley and Howard dominating already. Mitchell Turner turns upfield, elusive as they come. Flag pulled at the 5-yard. Defence was Joshua Perrin. He has played for both the Sun Devils and the All-Stars. Comes in here for the All-Stars. It is a great battle, these two teams. Many of them teammates in the Brisbane competition. Many of them from Northern Queensland. It is a mixed match of Queenslanders and Northern Territorians in the red and traditional Queensland in maroon. In the driver's seat to score again now. Bart Foley sizes up the options. Mitchell Turner had it on the fingertips. Coverage was good by Corey Thompson from the Northern All-Stars and just put enough pressure on Mitchell Turner to drop that.
I think he was short anyway if he did catch it, so great defence there from Northern.
Great defence indeed. Northern All-Stars showing they can be a threat on both sides of the ball. There it is, tipped away. Flag was pulled, I think, before he even had it in possession. You're not supposed to pull the flag before they have possession of the ball. So maybe it was concurrent. Nevertheless, here we go. Live action. Wobbling ball to the end zone. Just grabs it on the fingertips. Touchdown, Queensland. If you're going to put a 50-50 ball into the end zone in a grand final, then you're going to put it in range of Brad Howard to get his mitts on it. It's exactly what he does. A diving touchdown, one of the grabs of the day, and a clutch play at a clutch moment in this grand final.
Yeah, taking it down low. That's definitely the AFL background coming back. Got his hands underneath it and a perfect little chest mark there.
Scooped it up just millimetres before hitting the turf. Queensland now get their tails up and a chance to solidify their lead. Straight direct through and converted by Seb Ruiz. As easy as they come. Almost all the coverage went deep, thinking the same play was going to be made, and Seb Ruiz was just in that tight slot position. Got over the line, and that's enough for a conversion.
We've said how dangerous Seb Ruiz has been as the centre all day. He can get out, get up the field, and you've just seen it just there.
20 points to 12 is the scoreboard as it stands in the second half of this grand final. 21 now that they have that 1-point conversion. So the Northern All-Stars with a lot of work to do as the time winds down. Shadows get longer and the sun starts to set on Ballymore Stadium. The glimpse of light on their hopes for a championship going down. Not before these two have their chance. Jack Boggs making his way down the turf. It's Larry Whitfield who's celebrating the flag pull. Jack Boggs got way more acreage than he deserved there. Almost made everyone miss at the start. No one expected it, and he's happy with that run.
Yeah, O'Shaughnessy played that well. Sent everyone, got the defence on the back foot, and then just hit his man in the open.
And this was the step that was good. The twizzle just in time, but Larry Whitfield read it like an open book and had two there to beat, which was going to be difficult in any situation. Nevertheless, 2 yards short of the halfway mark. Jack Boggs to snap it to O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy, second back pass goes to Paul. Paul has so much space, made them absolutely miss. Breaking ankles all day and really sold the candy there. The defence were totally fooled. And that is the rugby league background, the skill set of rugby league to dominate. Aaron Howard in the defensive spot there, really bamboozled by the step.
I don't think there was much more he could have done. There's going to be 9 times out of 10 you're going to fall for that step, I'm pretty sure. A late flag was thrown, it looks like.
I reckon that was against Queensland as well. So even more yardage to the Northern All-Stars, who presently are 9 points behind the leaders, Queensland. It's not an insurmountable deficit. Certainly not for the gunslinger that is O'Shaughnessy. He's going to receive the snap now. He does. O'Shaughnessy slings one forward. Paul has to reach for the pylon. Yellow flag thrown. I reckon there was a little too much contact. They might even receive a fresh set of downs. We'll get a replay up for you on that one because it is crucial where he lands. Had the reception, had the feet in, reached over, but the flag was pulled as the reach came. I reckon half a yard short, possibly. Okay, so that is called on the Northern All-Stars, and they go backwards to go forwards. Second down. Still a couple of downs to go, so still plenty of chances to get into the end zone on this drive, and they need to score now. Second half winding down. O'Shaughnessy, what can he conjure up now? Looks forward, goes straight down the middle. Open corridor to Brody Hacks. Silky smooth in the offensive line. That was a rope thrown into the middle of the field where you'd usually expect coverage to be everywhere. Brilliantly read.
Again, O'Shaughnessy throwing the defence off and Brody Hacks standing all by himself in the middle of the field.
Really great route run by Hacks. It took a little while to unfold, and the fake throw at the start was what sold it to the defenders. They made their moves into corner zones, left the middle of the field right open. Tight formation. Here goes O'Shaughnessy. Lofts this one high. It's going to be too high. Well out of bounds. And Larry Whitfeld was in coverage alongside Paul. That was never going to land in the end zone.
They were going for two again there, and I don't know how many times we can say it. Missing these extra points is going to come back to bite them.
So it's 21-18. Queensland still in the lead. Northern All-Stars with that touchdown get back in the game. They are 3 points behind. They turn over, and Queensland marching it out of their 5-yard line now. Foley, bullet forward to Howard. Gets about 5 yards. Diving forward. And the crowd getting involved now too.
The crowd is definitely getting up and about, which is great.
So here we go. This is going to be a crucial defensive stop for the Northern All-Stars. They've got 3 points to get back into the game. 3-point deficit. Have to make a stop here. Foley. Tipped ball, but gets to his player anyway. Mitchell Turner can't find room to turn upfield. Northern All-Stars send it to the third down. Good defence once more.
Yeah, they've done well to stop Mitchell Turner there. If he gets out in the open field.
Toshak there as the defender. Coming back from an ankle injury. Recently returned to play in Div 1 for the Brisbane Flag competition. A member of the Milkmen team. Who I'm told are a pretty dominant team in Brisbane. Here's the snap and the throw. Forward. Gets over the halfway line. Mitchell Turner makes up for the previous. Gets the yardage they needed. Fresh set of downs coming up.
Yeah, he's so dangerous in the air, Mitchell Turner.
On the ground and in the air. It feels like he's got the jets to turn and go, but he also can reach up, climb the ladder into the sky and bring down balls that others cannot.
Yeah, I reckon we're going long here. Mitchell Turner, Brad Howard up the top.
Seb Ruiz in the snapping position. High snap. They go left instead. Matt Major fooled everyone, including T-Mac in the box here. You thought they were going long, but they went to that tight end slot receiver. Matt Major, who's had a really busy game this afternoon. Came back from a couple of dropped catches this morning. Really earned his way back and loves himself a little bit, doesn't he? Knows exactly where the cameras are. Important huddle for Queensland. Big grin from Matt Major. A major play coming up. 2 receivers on the right. Foley goes to the left. Matt Major again has to try and evade the defense. There was a bit of hand movement, a bit of hand fighting, and there's yellow flags thrown by the officials. Matt Major is going to argue his case, but I don't think it's going his way. It'll be a penalty against the offense for that contact. And they lose yardage after that play. Third down.
It's getting a little bit chippy out there, which we like to see. A little bit of back and forth between the players.
It is definitely getting chippy. You can see how much this means to all the players on the field. It is the first inaugural official flag football championship for Australia. Foley to the right sideline. Mitchell Turner, as good hands as they are, couldn't reel that one in. It'll be 4th down. And again, a crucial defensive stop coming up here for the Northern All-Stars. They're 3 points behind. If they can stop this drive and get back into possession, they move into a scoring position and a chance to take out the national championship.
Yeah, crucial down. I reckon they're just going to sit off, give them the yards, but just don't give up that end zone.
Zone coverage being played. Foley lofts one late and long and almost had his man. That's just one gone begging. Brad Howard was out on his own in space. Reckons he got a foot down, but I don't think so.
Oh, I think he definitely got it down, but it would have been well and truly out by the time he had the ball.
Showing his athleticism. If that was just a little bit shorter, he had the space.
It was tight, but no, definitely out.
So Northern All-Stars get the turnover on downs. A crucial play. That might be the impact play of the game. Defense of the Northern All-Stars. They're known for their offense. But here they are in defense, doing an outstanding job. Jack Boggs walks up to snap the ball for the Northern All-Stars. O'Shaughnessy as quarterback and Tyrese Paul running back. Here he goes. Paul, forward pass, goes back to O'Shaughnessy. There's some of that rugby league style play. The two of them collaborating, using their rugby backgrounds. Of course, there's a few rugby players. Corey Thompson, number 1, played more than 120 NRL games for Canterbury, Wests and Gold Coast. A powerful athlete. Some cross-code superstars on the field and on your screens right now. Jack Boggs in centre. Again, Paul in the backfield. They go to Paul. Rugby pass coming. Opted to no, go himself and found the sideline. I think that the Queenslanders know what's going on now, and those players take a little too long to unravel and develop.
Yeah, they're only gaining those 1 or 2 yards out of it when the defence is all over it. That was a big play there by Colin Kruger to stop him before he got too far.
Huge play. A huge moment coming up. 3rd down. They need to get some yardage here. If they could even chunk off half the way to the halfway point, it would be huge. Tight formation. 2 on the left, 1 on the right. Tonga Kilo is back in the game. He sends it back. O'Shaughnessy has to get rid of it. Difficult throw to make. Tonga Kilo went up for the contest. Didn't come down with it. Outstanding defense by Jaden Paludin, but there's a flag thrown. And Tonga Kilo reckons it's going to be his.
Very, very late. The crowd was definitely up for it.
Well, Tonga Kilo went up for it, didn't he? I don't see too much wrong with that. I think that was pretty safe defense, and maybe it was a crowd flag that spurred the officials to do something. So they will earn the territory. There is a penalty called on the defense.
Unsportsmanlike contact.
There you go. So unsportsmanlike conduct earns them a fresh set of downs, and that is really important here.
I'm pretty confident this time that with the ball, when they've got four possessions to get it over, we're going to get something pretty deep in this early shot, I reckon.
This is going to be exciting, whatever is the result of it. O'Shaughnessy, the quarterback, lofts one high, and there's interference being made. Yes, a yellow flag thrown. Lewis Gibb was there in the zone, and Larry Whitfeld just got in his way. The big body, you cannot call that accidental. Oh, maybe you can. Whitfield had his eyes up to the ball.
He's definitely not happy with it.
T-Mac, would you call that an interference?
There's a little bit of a hand fighting in there. Well, hard to say. Like you said, he did try and get his eyes around to it. Did he go down a bit easy?
I mean, you'd almost say the offensive player kind of slipped over Lewis Gibb.
Big call in this game.
He made a big contest of it, and a huge call. as you say, T-Mac. Nice
Referee,
spiral thrown
referee.
by the
Launching it
referee.
back.
Who is that? Get me the name of that referee and put him on the team list. Great spiral. Anyway, we'll go back into this game at hand. Northern All-Stars in a position to score off this drive. They've been working all afternoon to get into the end zone. It's been a tight contest, a real arm wrestle. 21-18 is the scoreline. 3 points behind the Queenslanders. There's going to be a blitz here. Colin Kluger with his arms up. Kluger coming fast. O'Shaughnessy gets rid of it. Goes back to his man, Lewis Gibb. And Larry Whitfield. Oh, no. I reckon that's going to be unsportsmanlike from Whitfield. You cannot do that. The Larry Whitfield, he did get the tag. We'll see it on the replay. But the way he celebrated afterwards was what the referees did not like.
Was not happy with that flag coming out.
Yeah. So there it is. It was early. And that's called on the defense again. The crowd is getting very involved now too. They know how much this means. Queensland women have already won the championship. Queensland men in the lead. Northern All-Stars looking to take the crown away from them in the final moments of second half. It would be the first lead of the match for the Northern All-Stars. Jack Boggs going to snap it off the turf in a rugby league style. But the conversation on the sideline with Larry Whitfield and the referees, he is a very passionate player, Whitfield. Doesn't like to see anything go undisputed, unargued. Liam Price, head coach, just has to pull him away from that in case any further penalties ensue. Probably a safe thing to do. Jack Boggs. Play resumes, and Jack Boggs is in the snapping position off the deck. O'Shaughnessy back to the end zone and a touchdown. Brody Hacks. He puts the Northern All-Stars ahead. The saviour of the Northern, the All-Stars. Brody Hacks gets in the end zone. Hands safe as houses. Nice spiral. No one there to cover him. He came and snuck around the back, didn't he?
Very similar to the first touchdown that he scored. Throwing the team off with a fake, and then Brody Hacks just going straight through the middle.
All-Stars with the lead. Chance to convert. Get an extra point here. Brody Hacks again.
Exact same.
Runs
the same thing.
The exact same route. It was a 5-yard dig straight through with nobody in coverage. He just stuck his foot in the ground and went sideways, and that puts them up 25-21. The Northern All-Stars here in this grand final match.
There can't be long left either, so...
Wow, what a turn of events here in Ballymore Stadium. The crowd's up on its feet. Queensland men have a chance to respond. It's got to be a quick drive, quick out of the hand. Seb Ruiz received it. Foley, if anyone can do it, it'll be Bart Foley.
Bart Foley with the experience here. Got to lead his team down the field.
Bart Foley, quarterback for the Queensland men. Can he save the day here? Mitchell Turner is going to turn upfield. Gets it just before he goes out, and that'll stop the clock as well. So very clever play by the Queensland men.
Yeah, crucial just to get the clock stopped there. All day we've seen teams trying to run the clock. Now you've got to play it smart, get on the outside to stop the clock.
Queensland at a deficit, a position they have not been in all tournament. Have been undefeated so far. Northern All-Stars with a quick blitz. Gets to the sideline. Mitchell Turner juggles it. I think they're going to call that a reception. Just got his feet in field.
Yeah, definitely a reception. He's done well to hold on to it after a little bit of contact there.
Wow, what a game we are witnessing unfold. Queensland men must score on this drive. They've got to do it quickly, you'd think. They keep going for the sidelines. Trying to stop the clock, keep the drive going. Bart Foley Goes left to Matt Major, and he finds the sideline again, stops the clock. The coverage is all infield. You'd think you want to get them outfield and keep them inside. And then you, of course, risk giving them too much space to get down and into the end zone.
It is risk versus reward there. You almost give them that little bit. Stop the clock, I know, but they're also burning up their plays.
Second down. Queensland men, Seb Ruiz to snap. Bart Foley, Australian quarterback, goes left, flip the hips. Matt Major received him. They've kept him in field this time at the 5-yard line. Third down for Queensland.
This is the game right here. 2 plays.
A chant rising for the defenders of the Northern All-Stars as Queensland men seek to convert their chance. Bart Foley finds Mitchell Turner. Touchdown, Queensland men. Mitchell Turner gets the toes in right near the corner pylon. Bart Foley and Mitchell Turner, that combination can't be stopped. It won't be stopped. They go points ahead. This game has so much drama left in it. 27-25 now in the hands of Queensland. The championship trophy waiting for the winning team to etch its name in it. They're going to try for a 1-point conversion, but you'd think there's possibly not enough time for Northern All-Stars to respond. If they do, it's going to have to be a big play. Seb Ruiz in centre, snapping to Bart Foley. Foley lofts it long, goes for Turner again. Mitchell Turner that time was out of his reach, as skillful as he is. That was beyond the fingertips. Less than a minute to go. Yeah. Northern All-Stars are going to take over, and they're going to have to do something quickly.
Realistically, that play didn't really matter. There was 2 or 3 points. Northern All-Stars are going to go the entire field to score here.
They've got an entire field to cover in under a minute of time.
They've got that rugby background to throw it around a little bit if required, so it could be quite an interesting finish.
The final play of the day is going to be fascinating to watch. O'Shaughnessy takes a low snap, goes the Hail Mary, and that's almost picked off. Dangerous play. Cham James on Queensland's defence almost grabbed it and probably should have come down with it. Instead, they'll play again. Queensland, tight formation. Second snap. Here they go. O'Shaughnessy goes low instead, finds the sideline, stops the clock through Jack Boggs. That's a bit better. Chunk plays. I think they've got time to get a couple like that and then go for the Hail Mary.
Yeah, but their big threat, Lewis Gibbs on the sideline, so we've got to try and get him back in.
Well, Lewis Gibb nearly had that reception. It was just that the defence opted to go 2-on-1 with Gibb, and that's probably a smart play. When Gibb is running down that sideline, you want to put 2 on him just in case. Trips left. Northern All-Stars in formation. Tonga Kilo back in the game. High snap. That's a crucial error. One they wish they could have back, and that's going to be 4th down. The final down, you'd think, of the game for the Northern All-Stars. It's all come down to this. The high snap.
Gibbs back in.
Gibbs back in. Tonga Kilo in. Boggs in. All of the weapons they can muster. Tyrese Paul in. O'Shaughnessy, one of the Australian quarterbacks. A contender for the green and gold in. Snaps coming off the deck. Bogg is doing the rugby league style throw. Here it is, final play of the game. Northern All-Stars have to get something going. O'Shaughnessy to Tonga Kilo at halfway. The flag taken, but a timeout called. That's clever play. Outstanding stuff by the Northern All-Stars, and Tonga Kilo showing his class and experience to call the timeout as soon as he received it.
Smart enough to get to the line, stop and prop, and allow O'Shaughnessy to hit him up, get that timeout straight away. He was under pressure. Colin Kruger was right in his face, as he has been all day. Threw out to the right, hits Tonga Kilo, smart enough to get the timeout.
I tell you, Tonga Kilo is one of my favourites. Obviously runs his own academy for American footballers, and you can see the skill and experience he has. I think you need him on the field now. O'Shaughnessy throws it to sideline. Paul gets out, stops the clock. Time for another play.
There can't be long left.
This is going to be down to the wire. I tell you, the crowd is up on its feet. Chants are coming. Northern All-Stars seem to have a lot of friends here in the crowd. It's like they want to see Queensland beaten. And it would be a real upset if they did score on them now. Queensland, the team to beat all tournament. Snap coming off the deck. Jack Boggs, O'Shaughnessy. Lofts one into the end zone. That's too long. It's gone all the way out. He's just airmailed it into the stand. Lewis Gibb couldn't get a hand on it, as clever and talented as he is. It stops the clock. 3rd down, Northern All-Stars.
There was a chance he could have had it off the fingertips or...
Again, Larry Whitfield just getting in the face. He's been really good in defense all day. Shows his class. Really tight man-to-man coverage and does well not to earn a flag.
Definitely got the crowd on their side here.
The Northern All-Stars looking to do something special here this afternoon at Ballymore. Tight formation with 3 of the fastest players in the game lined up. It's going to be a deep throw. O'Shaughnessy has to evade the blitz first. Deep throw does go. There's tight coverage. It's picked off in the end zone. Aaron Howard got hands to it. He climbed the ladder and went flying skyward. Picks it off, and that is the game sealer. Aaron Howard for the Queensland men ensures the trophy stays with the Maroons. A seesawing match, and one we have not seen, where the Queenslanders absolutely had to defend their turf and bring it back. They were outstanding on offense and defense, but the Northern All-Stars matched them every play. That man there, Tonga Kilo, involved in so much. Mitchell Turner, crucial receiver for the Queenslander, and certainly one of the players of the match. Chispa